So today, Alive is about Van Halen's Sammy Hagar and his warning for 2025. And from what I understand, this song was written in 1975, so 50 years ago. So again, I'll give you a short clip of it, and then I'm just going to delve into some of his background and some of the weird interviews that he's done. So bear with me.
Things will start separating come 2025. Things will start separating come 2025.
Who stays and who goes in 2025. This is some weird shit. Crack in the World, sung by Sammy Hagar, better known as the lead singer of Van Halen. I found out what it is that's been driving me mad. There's no room to breathe between the good and the bad, a crush in between. There's a thin, thin line, but just round the corner, there's a change in design. I wish I could walk away and dig what the preachers say, but those words don't satisfy me no more. There's a crack in the world, there's a crack in the world, there's a crack in the world. Just 50 more years, we're all going to know why, when, where, how, and who gets to go. So let's all have a good time before the great divide, because things will start separating come 2025. So look for the subtle clues. It won't make the front page news. That depends upon which side that you choose. There's a crack in the world, there's a crack in the world, yeah, there's a crack in the world. So now, just as this song seems weird being, it was sung 50 years ago and is focused on this year, 2025. Now look at this. Van Halen's Sammy Hagar says his mind was infiltrated by aliens. So Sammy claims two intelligent creatures tapped into his unconscious using some kind of mysterious wireless connection. There's no better way to put this. Sammy Hagar believes his mind was taken over by aliens. Years ago, before he played with Van Halen or Montrose, before he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the American singer claims extraterrestrials tapped into his consciousness in the California foothills. I know there's something out there, he explained, and someday they'll come. Hagar's intergalactic theories have come to light with his new memoirs, Red, My Uncensored Life in Rock, written with Joel Selvin. I was lying in bed one night, dreaming, he recalls in the book. I saw a ship and two creatures inside of this ship. I couldn't see their faces. I just knew that there were two intelligent creatures sitting up in a craft in the Little Creek Forest area about 12 miles away in the foothills above Fontana. And they were connected to me, tapped into my mind through some kind of mysterious wireless connection. In a new interview with MTV Hive, Hagar said he wanted to write a lot more about UFOs, but Selvin talked him out of it. He'd be like, oh, people don't want to hear that shit. But Hagar could write a whole book just devoted to aliens, he said. No, I love it, man. I'm into it deep. Although Hagar's vision of an alien spaceship was part of a dream, he insists he was seeing something real. It friggin' happened, the 63-year-old explained. Aliens were plugged into me, either a download or an upload. They were tapped into my brain and the knowledge was transferred back and forth. I could see them and everything while it was happening, like an experiment. Let's see what this guy knows. Nor was this his first close encounter. When he was 4 years old, he claims, he saw something he didn't include in his book. I saw what I considered to be, well, at the time I thought it was a car with no wheels, he said. We lived out in the country and I saw this thing floating across a field, creating this big dust storm. I threw rocks at it and shit, and I don't know what happened after that. Asked if he thinks he blacked out, Hagar replied, I guess. I just have no memory of it. And that wasn't a dream. It was during daylight.
You know, there's something going on, Howard. I don't know what it is, but, you know, I've been touched in weird ways sometimes in dreams and while I'm awake, and you're thinking it's a dream, and things happen. My father visited me. My manager, when he died, visited me the night they died.
Yeah, but wait a second. It's deeper than that, Sammy. What you're saying is, if I have it right, your father, hard-drinking man, tough guy.
Died under a park bench, basically. I mean, in the back of a car, a police car, but they pull him out from a park bench, you know what I mean?
And the night he dies, there's a knock on your door. You hear a distinct knock. You were sleeping or you were awake?
I got up and answered the door,
Right.
and in my house, right where I was, the person that was with me, my baby was in. I had a little 2-year-old. Aaron was a little 2-year-old boy, and I answered the door, and it was my dad. He was like in his 20s, and he was drunk and going crazy, and he was saying, "Great day for the Irish," and all this stuff. And I said, "Don't ever come like this in front of my baby." Woke him up, and it all happened. It was like a dream. Slammed the door, went and laid back down. God's truth. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
No.
And somebody knocked on the door, and I go, fucker, he's back. I went and opened the door, and it was my next door neighbor who had a telephone that was an emergency number for my sister and my family, because I was living, I was with my band. We were all sleeping in the same house and all that, same room. Anyway, and he goes, "Hey, your sister's on the phone." Look, Howard, my fur is up.
You got goosebumps.
Yeah, I do, all over my body, man. And so I just went, wow, my sister, I knew. I mean, they found Dad. They're 4 o'clock in the morning,
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. And that's happened.
Do you ever
twice.
think, since it's happened, do you think maybe you were asleep, or you were awake when your father visited you?
I don't know. That's too out there, man.
What was the second time it happened?
Well, my manager, Ed Leffler, who, when I joined Van Halen, when I got thrown out of it, when we were having our hard times, Ed Leffler had died. After that, the band broke up. And Ed Leffler was my manager forever, and then he took over Van Halen. And I was sitting there. We were going through hell with the band, and they had hired this manager guy who they ended up suing and all this stuff. We won't mention names, but long story short, I talked about it in my book. And Ed, I was sitting there. I was laying in bed, and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't want to quit the band, but I knew it was over. We were really at odds. And Ed comes to me, kneels down next to me in my bed. I'm going, fuck, I'm smelling him. He's a cigarette smoker, he had a certain smell about him, And I'm going, damn, Ed, what am I going to do? He says, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay, man. He says, he just came and flat said that and just straightened me right out. I said, fuck it. The next thing I know, I was thrown out of the band, and life was good for me. You know what I mean? Like, so
do you believe in the afterlife?
Yeah. I believe in dimensions. Yeah, I think there's a lot going on right in this room.
Why is everything happening to you and not me? I don't understand. I lay in bed, nothing happened. Nobody visits.
You
nothing.
can have this shit.
Does it scare you when it happens?
He'd like you to have it.
It's scary.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Were you visited by aliens as well?
Yeah, and I had a UFO experience, and that was in 67, 68.
And you weren't high or anything?
No, I didn't do drugs. I didn't even drink back then.
And who visited?
They just randomly picked me, and I woke up while they were doing it. I'm going, what the fuck's going on? My room was white. I mean, I was like, I couldn't see anything. It was a complete whiteout. I laid there, couldn't move. All of a sudden, they said in another language, just telepathy, this is done. He's waking up or whatever. And they yelled a numerical code that was obviously, like your passcode to get into your shit,
Yeah.
And boom, it was almost like a wire in the air. And I woke up and it was black, and I was shaking and I couldn't move.
And when you
But all the same, he's talking about 50 years into the future, this year, 2025. So have a quick listen, and then I just think I'll wrap her up. So enjoy your day, guys, and take care.
Why